Court will call the matter of Logan Weber. That's filed J-25-317-NA. If I can have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please, starting with Mr. Vernon.
Adam Vernon on behalf of the department.
Donna Hansel on behalf of Logan Weber.
Larry Braun on behalf of Jesse Kent.
David Delaney
All
for
right.
Serena Weber, who was present via Zoom.
Thank you. I do note that Michaela Kirchhoff is present with us from Wellspring as well. We adjourned this matter, excuse me, last time for Mr. Delaney to speak with his client about a mediation agreement. Mr. Delaney, have we made any progress in that regard?
Let me ask Serena. Can you hear me, Serena?
Yes.
Do you remember we went to mediation?
Yes.
We had an agreement, and then you had
Yes.
a connection issue. Okay to proceed with that? You know what we're doing today?
You never sent me the email, so I don't know.
Mediation sent you the agreement after
I
meeting.
haven't received any emails.
Okay. Judge, can I have a breakout room?
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll take a short recess while that occurs. Court will be in recess.
Thank you. Her internet was going in and out, but we had a chance to speak and we're ready to proceed, but she's frozen apparently.
I'll give it a minute to come back before I call the case again.
Yeah. While we're waiting, Judge, do you have a copy of the one-page mediation agreement in front of you?
I do.
Okay. And really, that's all that we're going to do, which are pretty basic elements of something she's already pled to. I think she's coming back now.
All right, Ms. Weber, can you hear me now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Court will recall the matter of the state of Michigan versus Logan Weber, filed J25-317-NA. Mr. Delaney and his client, Ms. Weber, are back from their breakout session. Mr. Delaney, how would you and your client like to proceed today?
Serena will admit to the allegations that are in the one-page mediation agreement, and I've explained it to her. And I think for her benefit, she's admitting to something she's already admitted to, meaning she already pled guilty. I wasn't her attorney in the criminal case, but she already pled guilty to the third-degree arson. Adrian Stinson was present at the time of that fire. She was sentenced, already received counseling and some type of probation, but obviously she's not incarcerated now. And so I've explained that to her. She agrees she did plead guilty as stated on mediation, and she would admit to that today. Is that correct, Serena?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Weber, I'm going to put you under oath so I can take some testimony from you. Would you raise your right hand, please? You swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You've heard what your lawyer has said. Is that what you want to do today?
Yes.
If you enter a plea today in this matter, it would be in addition to the plea that you've entered in the criminal case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I don't want to scare you or anything, but this court has different powers and different authority than the criminal court does. And this has to do with your children and DHHS and the things that you could do or be required to do regarding your child, Logan. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to read to you the allegations that are pertinent, that there's a request that you admit to so that you are aware of what's being said. So the statute under which the DHHS says that you are brought under the court's authority is the juvenile court would have jurisdiction in any proceeding concerning a minor.
Yeah, maybe because I don't want to.
Under the age of 18 years of age, whose home or environment by reason of neglect, cruelty, drunkenness, criminality, depravity on the part of the parent, guardian, or other custodian is unfit place for a child to live, or neglected or refused to provide proper or necessary support, education, medical, surgical, or other care necessary for the child's health or morals, or subjected the child to a substantial risk of harm of her mental well-being, and or abandoned the child without proper custody or guardianship. And the two things that they say that you did that bring you under those court jurisdiction powers is, number one, that you are the biological mother of Adrian Stimson, date of birth 4/14 of 2008, and Logan Weber, date of birth 1/4 of 2015, and that you are currently a resident of Otsego County. And secondly, on or about February 17th of 2026, you pled guilty to third-degree arson in the Circuit Court of Otsego County, and Adrian was the minor child that was the victim in the case, as he was present in the home at the time that you committed the arson, and then you were subsequently sentenced for that offense. Do you understand the nature of the allegations being made against you?
Your Honor.
All right. You have certain rights right now as to those allegations. I want to make sure that you understand those, so let me read those to you as well. You have the right to an attorney. Mr. Delaney would continue to represent you in this matter. If you wanted any additional contact with him, we will certainly grant you that opportunity. If the court would accept your plea, you'd be giving up all of the following rights that would occur at a trial. You'd be giving up your right to be tried by a judge or a jury. You'd be giving up the right to have DHHS prove the allegations by a preponderance of the evidence. You'd be giving up the right to see, hear, and question all the witnesses against you. You'd be giving up the right to subpoena or have subpoenaed any witnesses that you wish to present. And you'd be giving up your right to testify as well. In addition to that, there are some consequences if you enter a plea. Anything that you say at a plea proceeding can be used against you in future court proceedings, such as at a disposition or at a termination of parental rights hearing in the future, if that were to occur. If you were subject to a parental rights termination hearing, your obligation to support a child will continue until the court decides otherwise. You would also have appellate review available of any errors at this time of the procedure. So you have the right to appeal in the future if you wish. Do you understand those rights that I've just given to you?
You were breaking up, so I didn't hear the first two.
All right, the first two is that you have the right, I read the petition to you. You have the right to have an attorney represent you for that process. Mr. Delaney is and will continue to represent you for that. And secondly, you have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury, and to have all of the rights that you would have at a trial, to see, hear, and question all the witnesses against you, to present your own witnesses and evidence and get a subpoena from the court to require your witnesses to appear and testify. And you could, if you entered a plea today, anything that you say today can be used against you in any future court hearing, such as a disposition or a termination of parental rights case. Do you understand the rights that you have?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No.
All right. The first allegation against you then is that you are the biological mother of both Adrian and Logan, and those are your children. Is that correct?
Correct.
And at the time that this petition was made, those were both minor children, residents of Otsego County, and you were a resident of Otsego County. Is that correct?
Correct.
The second allegation is in honor about February the 17th of this year that you pled guilty to third-degree arson in the Otsego County Circuit Court. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that at the time that you pled, Adrian was still a minor child and he was the victim of that arson crime. Is that correct?
Correct.
And Adrian was home at the time that the crime was committed. Is that correct? And the crime was committed at your home?
Correct.
And you've been subsequently sentenced for that criminal offense. Is that also correct?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Vernon or Mr. Delaney, do either of you have any additional factual basis questions?
No, Your Honor, we're satisfied.
I'm satisfied the court has complied with the court rule regarding the taking of this plea.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Vernon, do you agree?
I do, yes.
All right, I do find that it was a voluntary and accurate plea based on her answers to my questions. I believe she satisfied the requirements of the plea taking court rule, knows what she's been charged with, and has made an intelligent and voluntary decision to make this plea after consultation with her lawyer. All right, Ms. Weber, what's going to happen next is the Department of Health and Human Services is going to put together a plan for you as to what they think disposition, that is, in criminal cases, we call it a sentence, but in this court, we call it disposition, as to what they want to have happen next for you and your kids. And you'll have an opportunity then, once that report is accomplished, to review that with your lawyer, and we'll have a hearing set within the next month or two and to review that and to put it into place. So you're going to need to have contact with your attorney, Mr. Delaney, once that comes out. And so make sure that he knows where you're at and check with him on a regular basis so that that can occur. Mr. Vernon, is there anything else that we need to do today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Delaney, anything else?
No, thank you.
Ms. Hansel, any comments or anything to update me on how Logan's doing? You're on mute, Ms. Hansel. You put her there, we take her off.
Okay, the court muted me. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
No, Logan's doing fine, Your Honor, with his father.
All right, thank you very much.
Your Honor, just for
Yes.
the record, I do represent Jesse Kent, who is a father. His whereabouts have been unknown throughout the entirety of this case, and I have had no contact.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. I appreciate the update for that. All right, we will set a dispositional hearing within the court rule time period, and I'll see everybody at that next court hearing. We'll just continue the status quo as to everything else.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge.
Hang on just a second.
Larry represents Jesse Kent, who is the father of Adrian Stinson, who he is part of this case.
That's right.
So does
Mr.
he want to
Brown?
be-
Yeah, Mr. Stinson, excuse me, Mr. Kent is the father of Adrian, and Adrian has aged out. I think we terminated the case as to him last time I was here, if I remember correctly. So I don't know that we need to do anything more, or you need to do anything more in this particular case, because the dad would not have any continuing rights as to Logan. He's not the biological father of Logan.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. With that information, I will consider my representation terminated.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Appreciate that. Thank you for bringing that to my
Thank you,
attention.
Judge.
All right, that's all for today, everyone. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Next matter before the court is the state of Michigan versus, excuse me, Chloe and Liliana Ireland. It's file J24-273-NA. I have the appearances of counsel, please, starting with Mr. Vernon.
Adam Vernon on behalf of the department.
Donna Hansel on behalf of the minor children.
David Delaney, counsel for Cody Erlin, who is present via Zoom.
All right, I do see Ms. Losey is here with us from DHHS. I do see Mr. Ireland is with us, and Ms. O'Neill is with us from Wellspring. I believe this is set for a review hearing and permanency planning hearing. I have a case service plan dated 4/23 of 26. I have a parent agency treatment plan dated 4/23 of 26. I have forensic fluid reports for Cody dated 3/30/26 and 4/29 of 26. I had a Wellspring court report. There it is. I have the Wellspring court report dated 5/19 of 26. Mr. Vernon, are you aware of any other documentation that I should have?
I am not.
All right. Any objection to those being admitted for the court's consideration?
No objection.
No objection.
No
All right,
objection.
those will be admitted. Mr. Vernon, do you have a witness for my use this afternoon?
I believe, is it I'm trying to catch up on some of these names. Is it Miss Losi?
I am the DHS monitor, so it will be Delora O'Neill.
Thank you. Miss O'Neill, we would
Right.
call.
Ms. O'Neill, would you raise your hand so we can swear you in? Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Vernon, your witness.
Thank you. Miss O'Neill, how are you related to or involved in the Ireland children case?
I work for Wellspring Lutheran Services, and I'm currently the primary case manager for this case.
Okay, and are the children engaged in services?
Chloe is not currently engaged in services. Liliana and Jackson are both involved in early on services at this time.
Okay, and are they appropriately participating in those services?
Yes.
And are they showing any benefit from those services?
Jackson continues to be behind, but his is primarily because he's been sick so frequently, but he is participating in the services and gaining progress as best he can.
Okay, and specifically what early on services is he being provided?
The early on services for Liliana is for speech, and her speech is showing improvement. Early on services for Jackson is for his physical development.
Okay. And are there services being provided to the parents?
So the services are being provided to Cody. Cody has made some progress this reporting period. He was able to secure Medicaid, which allowed him to start services with Catholic Human Services for substance abuse treatment. He also, after missing one appointment, did follow up and schedule a new intake with Galinsky Guidance and Counseling for the men's group, which he has been participating in. I did receive a report from Mr. Galinsky that Cody did participate in his session, and he did sign up for his next session. Cody has also been participating in AA meetings 3 times a week, which was a recommendation of his substance abuse assessment.
And has he been benefiting or showing any progress with regards to those services?
Yes, Cody's starting to show some progress. I think he gets a bit frustrated with the number of services that he's trying to participate in all at once. Cody did complete a psychological evaluation. Mr. Chitwood did ask that he do an addendum to that, which he completed, but we have not received the report. So at this time, I do not know if there's any new recommendations from a psychological addendum.
Okay. And is mom receiving services?
So at the last hearing, Kendall was made a non-respondent. The children were returned to her care in October. She completed the family reunification program. And so at this time, she's not required to participate in services, and she is, to my knowledge, not participating in services.
Okay. Any concerns with that placement at this point?
Kendall did recently move. She does need to do some work to the home to make it more livable for the children, but in all the times that I've seen the children, I don't have any concern about their care.
Okay. And are you asking for any changes to the service plan for Cody?
Cody does at this time have supervised visitation. I'm requesting discretion for some unsupervised contact with his children. The visits have been occurring at his parents' home, which provides him with support. But I think that the family members would find it helpful if Cody was at least able to help transport the children, or maybe spend a couple of hours with the children without his mother having to be present.
So are you asking the court to allow unsupervised contact or just unsupervised transport of the children?
I'm asking for discretion for some unsupervised as well as supervised contact with the children.
Okay. All right, thank you for clarifying that. I don't have any other questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Vernon. Mr. Delaney?
It sounds like we have some movement with Cody on this case. You might agree that Cody was reluctant at a minimum to get going, but it sounds like he's on his way. And anything you want to add to your testimony for Cody that you'd like him to improve on?
At this time, I would say that this reporting period, he's shown the most progress that he's shown during this case. Yes.
Okay, I'll quit while I'm ahead. Thank you.
Ms. Hansel.
I have no questions. The case is going well. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. O'Neill. Mr. Vernon, any other witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Delaney, witnesses or evidence?
None, thank you.
Ms. Hansel, witnesses or evidence?
No, sir.
All right. Any closing statements, Mr. Vernon?
We'd simply ask the court to adopt the service plan as is in place now and allow some discretion with regards to changing from supervised to unsupervised at the court's discretion or at the department's discretion.
Thank you. Mr. Delaney?
Very briefly, the court asked Cody to get going, and he got going. And so I think the court will want him to maintain that pace and get better. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Delaney. Ms. Hansel, anything that you want to add?
No, I'm in agreement with it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Island, I want to say congratulations on progress. That's good to see. The more that you do that, the faster things get back to what could be a normal for you, where you and the kids can see each other whenever and however you want. In the meantime, you got to keep doing the stuff that we're asking you to do. As long as you do that, we're going to continue to expand and continue to look for opportunities to say, all right, you've done enough at this point. We're not quite there yet. You got to keep it up, but progress. And that's all I can ask for, is that you make progress to keep your kids safe. So I'm going to follow the recommendations in this case. Chloe and Liliana will remain under the care and supervision of DHHS in Wellspring. Jackson will remain placed with mom Kendall as well as Chloe and Liliana there. Cody will continue to comply with and show benefit from his parent agency treatment plan and comply with any recommendations that are made in the addendum or the updated psychological evaluation, and when that comes back from Mr. Chitwood as well. And I will grant the request for discretion for the agencies to decide whether or not supervised or unsupervised parenting time is appropriate, given Mr. Island's continued progress as he makes that. And we will continue the reunification goal as well. Mr. Vernon, is there anything else that you'd ask the court to order?
No, I think that's everything, Your Honor.
Mr. Delaney, anything else?
Nothing further, thank you.
Ms. Hansel, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, that's all for today then. Thank you very much. Well done, Mr. Ireland. Keep it up. Yeah, Jackson Ireland will be next.
Want to make sure we didn't don't want to forget.
Yep. We're a little early on the Jackson Ireland matter. Do we have the same people basically for that case as the one we just got done with?
I believe so.
Did Cody Ireland check off or check out?
Yeah, after your congratulations, I think he thought it was concluded. So
Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. Do you have a number for him, Mr. Delaney, that you could ask him to get back on?
hang on a second.
You back with us, Mr. Ireland?
Yes, I am.
All right. Sorry about that. I forgot to remind you that we had a second case as well. So we are here. This is the matter of Jackson Ireland. That's file J25-335-NA. We had this case originally set for a jury trial back in April. I believe Mr. Sommerfeld had a scheduled medical treatment that he had to go to, and it was adjourned because of that. And I think Mr. Delaney may have had a conflict of some kind at that point as well. And the matter has not been rescheduled. So I wanted to make sure that we had a status conference on this for today and decided where we're going and what we're doing with this particular part of the 3 children that he shares with Kendall. So Mr. Delaney, what is your client's desires as far as adjudication of this matter goes?
I had this case on my docket for a jury trial on Monday, June 1st, unless that's changed.
It may well have been. I didn't check to that degree.
And
Yes.
It looks like it is. So, which is coming up next Monday, right?
yes, and I spoke with Mr. Sommerfeld before he departed for greener pastures, and what he said was that the successor, Adam Vernon, would request an adjournment because he would not be ready in time. And I think he just acknowledged that. But let me also add for the court's benefit. So next Monday, June 1st, is a jury trial, which may get adjourned. On Wednesday, June 3rd, the Court of Appeals will be hearing the first jurisdiction case involving Liliana and Chloe. A brief was filed by the department, but they did not request oral argument. So Mr. Vernon doesn't have to participate in that or be in the Court of Appeals on Wednesday. I will be there in person on Wednesday. And just to refresh the court, the department admitted hearsay from the medical doctors in Grand Rapids. And the court allowed that to come in through the department, and I objected to it. So that's the only issue I have before the Court of Appeals, is whether or not that hearsay should have come in through a caseworker and not through a medical doctor. So on these custody cases, Judge, in the Court of Appeals, they're pretty decisive about getting their opinions out because they want them decided faster than regular civil cases. So I think that the Court of Appeals would issue a decision in 30 days or less. Could be 2 weeks, sometimes 10 days. And so the court would want to consider that, because then it'll allow you to reset the jury trial on the other child. And it'll address that issue on whether that was admissible or not. So,
All right, it sounds like we need another status conference on this case, and depending on the Court of Appeals case, the other case may be joining that in approximately 45 days. Mr. Ireland, you've heard what your lawyer has said. Do you have any objection to us waiting that long? You clearly have the right to have a trial earlier than that if you want to. And we have one set for June 1st, although Mr. Vernon, because of the change of attorneys, is probably going to ask for an adjournment of that. But I can reset that matter relatively quickly. However, if it would be a benefit to you, we can postpone it approximately 45 days to see what happens with the other case. What would you like to do?
I would say let's wait, and I'll talk to Delaney, and I know we have it set for a jury trial, but I just don't want to be set back if I don't have to. So let me get a hold of Delaney, and then we'll just put it on wait for right now.
Okay, that sounds good. Mr. Vernon, as to the jury trial that's set coming up next Monday, I assume that you're going to make a request to adjourn that so that you can get up to speed on everything, given the fact that you've just recently come in instead of Mr. Sommerfeld?
Your assumption is correct, Your Honor. I am requesting the court to adjourn that matter so that I can get up to speed.
All right,
And for
I
the
will
court's
adjourn
benefit-
the June. I'm sorry, Mr.
I
Blaine,
was
did you
going
have
to say
something
the
else?
proofs are going to be the same in both cases. So that's another reason to adjourn.
Right. I will adjourn the June 1st jury trial in the matter of Jackson, Ireland. I agree with Mr. Delaney that the proofs in that case are very, very similar, if not exactly the same as they were for Liliana and Chloe. And the reason for the adjournment is Mr. Vernon just recently being hired by the department to represent them, so that he does not have access, as Mr. Sommerfeld did, to the underlying information in the case. So we will grant that request. I will set both of these matters for a status conference in approximately 45 days. That should give us sufficient time for Mr. Vernon to get up to speed, but also to have us figure out whether or not we need to do anything new with the Liliana and Chloe case, if that comes back from the Court of Appeals. And that may have an impact, depending on how it comes back, on what Mr. Ireland wishes to do So either way, I think it's appropriate for us to do that. Mr. Ireland has agreed to do that. So we will set this matter off on the jury trial and set the pretrial in about 45 days. Mr. Vernon, is there anything else that we need to do today?
I just had a question for Mr. Delaney. Do you have a copy of the transcripts of the original trial with Liliana and Chloe?
Yes, as does Mr. Sommerfeld. If you're gonna see him in Grayling, he has the entire file.
Okay.
So if that's any faster to get from him. But yeah, the entire record was sent to the Court of Appeals and Don should have that. But if not, just let me know and I can send it to you.
As long as I don't have to reorder it, I'll find to get it from somebody. Thank you.
No, you won't have to.
All right.
Nothing
That's
else.
all for
Ron.
today. Thank you all very much. Appreciate your time. Keep up the good work, Mr. Ireland. And now you can zoom off. Thank you. All right. Looks like we're back on time for the next matter. We'll call it State of Michigan versus the Hoffmeyer children. That's file J25-312-NA. I can have the appearances of counsel starting with Mr. Vernon.
Adam Vernon on behalf of the department.
Donna Hansel on behalf of Courtney Self, the respondent mother.
Larry Brown on behalf of respondent father, Alan Stevens.
David Delaney, guardian ad litem.
All right, I believe Ms. Self is here. Ms. Losey is here from the department. I have a dispositional hearing report dated 5/26/26 from the department. I have a case service plan dated 3/25/26, and I have a DHHS, a parent agency treatment plan dated 3/25/26 as well. Mr. Vernon, is there any other documentation that you're aware of?
I have a supplemental report dated 5/19/26. I didn't hear the court identify that one.
I do not have that.
Looks like it was distributed on, looks like 5/15. Or no, it would have been 5/19.
Well, we've had staff turnover, so it may have gotten here, but I don't have it in the file and I haven't reviewed it. If you're going to rely on anything in that one, please bring it out through the witnesses and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, any objection to the documentation I've put on the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, thank you.
All right, those will be admitted. You have a witness, Mr. Vernon?
I think so. My report says Jordan Casey, but I don't see that name. Is there another?
Yeah, it will be me. I'm filling in for Jordan today.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Last time I said you said I was wrong, so I was very
Yes.
careful.
Ms. Losey, would you raise your hand so I can swear you in, please? You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, thank you very much. Your witness, Mr. Vernon.
Thank you. Ms. Losey, how are you involved in the Hoffmeyer Stevens children's matter?
I am a foster care case manager for the Department of Health and Human Services, and I was the initial worker for this case.
And are you also the supervisor for this matter?
No, I am secondary on the case for Jordan at the moment.
Okay. Are you familiar with all of the goings-ons and services being received and all the participation?
Yes.
Okay, so you believe you're in a position to testify as to those issues?
Yes.
Thank you. Are the children receiving services?
The children are currently not in services. They are doing quite well. They are up to date on medicals and dentals. There is talk of getting them into some counseling to deal with the passing of their father, but that has currently not started yet.
Okay. Specifically related to that, are there concerns that have been identified with regard to counseling, or is it just preventative essentially?
Preventative. The children have handled the passing of their father very well, but at times it is very emotional for them, especially around holidays.
Okay. And are the parents receiving services?
Yes. The father to Felix, legal father Alan, is not currently receiving any services, but Courtney is. She is the mother to all 4 children.
Okay. And What services is Courtney receiving?
She is involved in a handful. She has previously completed a psychological evaluation and a substance abuse assessment. She also reports that now she is living in the Harrison area and has established counseling, or case management through CMH and employment services there as well.
And you said those are all services she's participating in?
Correct.
Are there services that are recommended or requested of her that she is not participating in?
Yes, at the evidentiary hearing, it was discussed that she would need to participate in parenting education skills, as well as more counseling directed to outpatient substance abuse therapy, and then also oral drug screen through forensic fluids through the department.
And is there a reason why she's not participating in those services?
It was a slow start to the case. We are finally making some headway in getting her involved in more services. And now with her move to Harrison, we're just trying to get those established now.
So to be fair, this is an organizational issue, not a refusal.
Not at the time, not at this moment. We were having some pushback for services at the beginning, but now she is acknowledging that she does need the services and is willing to do them.
Okay, so it's just trying to get those things set up.
Yes.
Okay, and is there a time frame on how long you expect those additional services to take before we can get them set up?
I would hope Miss Casey could get them set up in the next month or so.
Okay. With regards to parenting time, what is the current plan with regards to that?
Courtney is currently receiving 2 supervised visits each week with all 4 children. Those are taking place via Zoom or Microsoft Teams. We are reinstating the in-person parenting time visits as of, I believe it's the 9th of June, so that the children can finish school and build a routine this summer with seeing mom in person again. And as for Alan, he sees Felix every other Wednesday for 1 hour at this time.
And why is it every other Wednesday and not every week?
At the beginning of the case, which was in March of last year, Alan was resistant to starting parenting time with Felix because he did not believe that Felix was biologically his. However, as of last month, at the beginning of the month, he did recognize that he would like to be a part of Felix's life, whether he is the biological father or not. But he wanted to start slow so that we wouldn't cause disruption.
And you believe that's an appropriate course of action?
I do.
Okay. Are you asking for any changes to the parenting time schedule for either parent?
No.
Are you asking for a change in the services to any of the parents?
No.
Okay. And do you believe that the services offered right now are the best opportunity to provide a reunification for the children and the parents?
I do.
I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown? You're on mute, Mr. Brown.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. Ms.
Okay.
Losey, with regard to Alan, is there any issue with him at all other than he's trying to take this slowly to minimize the effect on Felix?
No, there have been no noted concerns. I would like to add that there have only been 3 visits between Felix and Alan, and Felix also does not recognize Alan as dad. He views it as he and Aunt Dana seeing a friend for an hour. That is why we're starting slow.
And what has Alan mentioned to you as far as perhaps a permanent placement, if placement with him is going to be something considered?
I have not talked directly to Alan regarding this. However, I have spoke with Miss Casey, who is the primary foster care worker, and she did share with me that the only barrier to reunification that Alan can see is separation for Felix from his current living position with his siblings, but he would encourage sibling visitation and contact, is what he has reported.
Okay, so is his primary goal to have actual physical custody of Felix, or he just wants to maintain that relationship?
Both. He would like to maintain a well-established relationship with Felix, but if deemed in the best interest of Felix, he is willing to take permanency of Felix.
Okay, so basically this is, there's nothing that would prohibit him or inhibit him from taking custody of Felix. He just wants to take this slow for the child's best interest, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Hansel?
Yes, so it's my understanding, June 9th is a Tuesday, is that right?
It may be, I am not sure.
Okay, so, but June 9th, is that the last day of school or the first day of vacation? How does that? Or do you
I
don't?
believe it's their last day of school. I may have the date wrong.
Okay, and my client's been getting two Zoom parenting times a week, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, and would it be possible on the week of June 9th for to get that second visit in person?
I believe so. I believe that is in the works between Miss Casey, Miss Self, and Miss Weinberg.
Okay, great. I know that'd be deeply appreciated. And do you guys have any, guys, do you have any particular time set up for that yet or not yet? I mean, it's how hour wise, how that would go.
As in a visit schedule?
Right.
To my knowledge, that it will be handled between the current foster placement and Courtney as they communicate quite regularly.
Okay. So if there's a the potential visit that's later in the week of June 9th, that'd be something that the day and the time would be something that the foster mother and Courtney would work on or decide on?
Yes, they typically are the ones who make the plan as it works best for their schedule, but Miss Casey and myself are absolutely more than willing to help with that as well.
Okay. You might need to help with that. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all I have at this time.
All right, Mr. Delaney, has guardian ad litem any questions for this witness?
Any updates on how Felix is doing? I know he was behind in his speech a little bit from talking to the foster mother. Are there improvements there?
He is improving daily. He was involved in speech therapy in May and June of last year, but he was quickly discharged as he made so much progress in a shorter period of time. And the foster mother does continue to work on the speech and his cognitive development within the home, typically through preschool prep every day.
Do you know where the visits will take place once school is out?
That will be a community setting.
Okay, and then Courtney has transportation, or that's being arranged for her?
Correct.
Okay, and then those will be monitored, the visits?
Correct.
And will you be handling that or someone else will?
I will not. It will either be Miss Casey or our designee.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
All right, Ms. Losi, as to parenting time, is the order sufficient, or do you need a specific grant of discretion as to what to do with parenting time for both of the parents in this case going forward in the summer?
I believe what we have is sufficient. We did have the evidentiary hearing last week, approximately a week ago, and it was granted that Miss Self would be reinstating her in-person parenting time visits when the children were done with school.
I just wanted to make sure that you had the ability to do that if you needed to and make that a point. Other than things that are in the parent agency treatment plan already, is there anything new or that you want to have added by way of court order now?
Not at this time, no.
All right, so you continue the goal of reunification. Mom and dad simply comply with their parent agency treatment plans and keep Felix in the care and custody of the department and placement in the current foster care?
Correct.
All right. Any attorney have any additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Vernon, any other witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hansel, witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Delaney, your report, if any?
I spoke with the foster mother, and I think our prior hearing was before Judge Cooper, but the foster mother had recommended that in-person parenting time not start until school is out for the benefit of the children, and that's going to occur. And I think that she's seeing progress with Courtney, and this will benefit the children. We did explore the fact that Felix is behind on his speech, but is improving. Lake had some trauma, but the foster mother said even though she's only 6, she engaged in self-healing with that trauma. So that's certainly a unique one for me. And beyond that, the old Legion and Linka are, Legion is 12, so she's a little older than the other, but Linka and Lake are the twins and Felix is 4. So I think that I hope to see progress once the in-person parenting time recommences and the case will move forward. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. It does appear that we are making some progress. I'm looking forward to having a good summer with the kids able to see mom and dad a little more often, a little more lengthy periods of time, and see how that goes. Hopefully, as indicated by Mr. Delaney, the kids will continue to make progress in any trauma that they've had. So a good report today. I will adopt the recommendations, continue the goal of reunification. Felix will remain in the care and custody of MDHHS in their current placement with foster care. Mom, Courtney, and Dad, Alan, will comply with and benefit from their parent agency treatment plans. And as I indicated before, I'll just simply let DHHS have their discretion as to whether or not, under what circumstances, that parenting time should be increased. But I understand it will be in person once the summer session is around for that. All right, that will be the order of the court. That's all for today then. Thank you all. Ms. Self, you had a question?
Yes, Your Honor. I was wondering if there was any way that we could like have court-ordered scheduled days, like every Friday of the said week. I could leave the parenting the time for the visit up to Miss Weinberg. But I was wondering if the court could order that it was every Friday for 2 hours for the visit. I'm having current issues with trying to work around that and Miss Weinberg wanting to visit out another week after the 9th.
Yeah, I find making the court or having the court try to fix dates for parenting time to be unmanageable, simply because once I set it as a date, then everybody has to comply with it. And you may have something come up in your schedule. They may have something come up in their schedule. And it really isn't manageable after that. So
I understand.
I don't have a problem with you asking. I appreciate you asking, because that tells me that you want to have more, and that's always a good thing. Ms. Losi has now heard your request, and if you'd follow up with that, I'm sure that they will do everything in their power to work towards a manageable time frame for you, whether that's the same day every week or whether that's a different day because of your work schedule. They'll do it as long as they have some advance notice. So I will expect the department to continue to work with you as much as they possibly can. It's often best if you can find a particular day so that we can repeat it. And if yours changes, that's fine. Just let the department know. And I'm sure that they'll work with you on that. But thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that's all for today then. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is the matter of Phoenix and Wayland Stowe, file J26-412-NA. If I could have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, starting with Mr. Vernon.
Adam Vernon on behalf of the department.
Donna Hansel on behalf of the minor children.
Yeah, thought. Well, I'm good with everything. Oh,
Mr. Stowe, is that you talking from the jail?
yes, sir. Yeah.
I can't hear him. He's breaking up really badly.
Yes, sir. Yeah, she said. But first thing she said, she was like, I know you have a voice. I'm like,
Is there a way that we can get him closer to the microphone? Because I can't understand a single word he's saying.
Yes, it's me.
All right, Mr. Stowe, we'll give you an opportunity to say things if you need to in a minute. I just want to make sure I got everybody present that needs to be here first. All right, I have Mr. Delaney with us. Mr. Vernon is here. Ms. Hansel, are you the GAL in this case, or is that Mr. Brown?
No, it's me.
All right. It's all right. Has anyone had any contact from Sioux Tribe?
No.
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
All right.
Ms. Cerveni, do you, I don't know if I got your last name right, but have you had any contact with them?
Yes and no. They're aware of the situation. I don't know that I informed them that I had to file on the other two kids yet, but I will inform them. They do have a caseworker already assigned to the case as a whole, but I will email her and let her know.
All right. And that's not out of the ordinary. The first time that the case comes before the court, that they wouldn't necessarily be here. I just want to make sure that they get advance notice of the next court hearing so that they can participate if they wish to. I know this case had some actions up in Sheboygan County too. Am I correct about that, Ms. Cerveny?
Yes,
All right. And I assume that Sioux Tribe participated up there. Is that also correct?
yes.
Did they allow the state court up there to continue the jurisdiction, or did they ask for their own jurisdiction for the tribe?
They allowed the Sheboygan County to take, or for the department to take.
To process the case?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. We'll certainly give them those opportunities. All right, this is the preliminary hearing, first hearing on this matter in our court. The father, Jeremy Stowe, is present. He's represented by Mr. Delaney. Mr. Stowe, I want you to listen carefully. There's some things I want to tell you about so that you can be informed about this. And then if you have additional questions after that, you'll have an opportunity to speak with your attorney if you need to. I think we've already established that this is a case where the Sioux Tribe would have some need to participate. So eventually, before we go too much further down the road, we're going to adjourn to allow them to be notified of the next court hearing and participate if they desire to do so. Ms. Cerveny, where are the children at right now?
The children are with their mother. And
All right, and is that's an appropriate placement for them?
Yes.
And they've been there for some time under the Sheboygan County case. Is that correct?
They've been there. I mean, they never really went away from her. We removed Jeremy from the home way earlier in the original case. But yes, there's in a safe and appropriate environment.
Right. Mom is not a respondent. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Delaney, have you received a copy of the petition in this matter?
I have not. I was looking under the file number, which is a new one, which is the 26401, and I don't have anything under that number. I had the prior file was a 25, so I haven't received it.
I have not received that either.
All right. Mr. Stowe, have you received a copy of the petition?
I received a copy of paperwork this morning, yes.
All right. So if we could get Ms. Cerveny or Mr. Vernon, if we could get copies of the petition sent out to the attorneys so that they could advise their client and work with the family, that would be helpful there as well. We'll give some opportunity, some time frame for that to occur before we have the next court date. So Mr. Stowe, I'm going to enter a not responsible plea on your behalf so that you have an opportunity to discuss the petition with your attorney before you make any statements to the court about how to proceed in the future. And then that will also preserve all of the rights that you would have to have a trial, to have your attorney represent you, to see, hear, and question the witnesses, to be able to present your own witnesses and evidence, and all of the rights that you would normally have associated with the court rules and the trial process. All right. Mr. Vernon, other than adjourning and getting the petitions out and notifying the Sioux tribe, is there anything else that you wish the court to do today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Delaney, is there anything else that you could request of the court today?
Judge, can we ask, or can I ask Mr. Stowe his status in Sheboygan? I was not his attorney on the criminal case in Sheboygan as to his term that he'll be serving and when he may be out. Mr. Stowe, can you tell us that?
Yes, I am. I got a county year, 10 months to serve. I've been in 2 months. I got 8 months left to go. So, you know, I don't have an exact date yet because I haven't asked, but I know it's right around the last week of December, first week of January.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Stowe, what we're going to do today, this is just a kind of the beginning of the case, trying to make sure that we've got all the people involved, have all the information that they need before we start making decisions about what to do in the case. So we're going to take an adjournment of this case to make sure that you and your attorney have a chance to speak before the next court hearing. We're going to get the petition, that is the allegations, to all of the attorneys as well. And then we're also going to notify the Sioux tribe because the children have some Indian heritage, make sure that they are allowed to participate as the law requires that. And then we will resume this matter as soon as we can get it rescheduled once all of those things have done, and we'll go forward from there. That typically would be, you have to schedule that, right? You can't do that from here.
For what?
The next continued prelim.
I can see if I can find a date.
Would you normally do that without doing it on a spot like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a date sent out from the staff to everybody in the future. We'll get that done as quickly as possible. Anything else for the good of the cause?
Yes, for the good of the cause. I thought this matter was scheduled for a termination trial. I know it got adjourned, and I don't know if it's been picked up yet with the change of counsel and staff.
That would be news to me.
This is the new one.
Okay.
This is a brand new one. So this is just the first preliminary hearing on this one. I think you may be talking about
Cadence Robinson.
Yeah, that one is pending, and that's not this one. This is on the two. This is Wayland and Phoenix. The court didn't have jurisdiction originally when we first brought all the three kids together. We had a trial on that matter, and the jury just found adjudication as to Cadence, but not Wayland and Phoenix. And so now this has been brought now since that time based on other allegations, and that's why we're just starting this one out now.
And I wanted to address that only because Mr. Stowe is here. So that the Cadence Robinson one has not been scheduled for a termination trial.
It actually has. It's on the 15th.
My staff is telling me June 15th for that one, but that may be one of the ones that gets adjourned coming up because of the new changes in the staffing, allowing Mr. Vernon to come in and Mr. Sommerfeld to leave. But you'll be able to speak with him about those things when you get a chance to get a hold of him before the next preliminary hearing. Okay. Anything else from counsel or from Ms. Cerveny?
No, thank you.
I do have one question. When I spoke with Paige, the boys' mother, she wanted me to advocate that she would still like Phoenix and Wayland to be able to have phone calls with their dad while he's incarcerated throughout the case. I told her that she wasn't able to be here today, so I told her I would advocate for her on that.
Well, tell her it's too early for me to make a decision about that. I need to hear from all of the attorneys after the attorneys have had a chance to review what the new petition is.
Sure.
So you've advocated for her, and you can tell her that the judge has postponed that until all the attorneys have an opportunity to review everything and can weigh in on that issue. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all for today then.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, it appears Mr. Archer is back with us from the breakout room. Court will call the matter of, this is the matter of Ander and Araya Archer, J 25-368-NA. If I can have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please, starting with Mr. Vernon.
Adam Vernon on behalf of the department.
Larry Brown on behalf of Mr. Archer.
Donna Hansel on behalf of the minor children.
All right. Then we have Mr. Archer appearing from prison. Ms. Alger, mom, is present with us, as is Ashley Rice from MDHHS as well. This was a status conference set after our adjudication that we had back in March, and we were kind of waiting for a place for Mr. Archer to land at before we decided how to proceed with the termination of parental rights. Mr. Brown, is your client ready to proceed further in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. From your perspective, Mr. Brown, other than setting this matter for a termination of parental rights hearing, is there anything else that needs to be done preceding that?
There is nothing else that needs to be done, no, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Vernon, I know that you're new into this matter. How much time do you think that you'll need by way of preparation for a termination of parental rights case?
Is Mr. Archer lodged on like a post conviction, or is he awaiting trial?
Your Honor, if I could, just
ahead.
update the court as well as Mr. Vernon. Mr. Archer is currently serving a 5-year, 9-month sentence on 2 counts of a CSC2.
And that was the underlying case for this matter as well. Is that correct, Mr. Brown?
It is correct.
And just so I'm clear, he pled guilty, no contest, and he identified that the children, that Aria and Ander were the victims of those offenses.
Aria was the victim in a plea, not Ander, but Aria, that is correct as well.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, probably 45 days.
All right, I will have my staff begin looking for an appropriate date in line with that timeline. We'll set this matter for a termination of parental rights hearing. Mr. Brown, if you'd have contact with your client as whether or not he wishes to have that termination of parental rights hearing, or whether he may wish to waive his parental rights or release his parental rights. I'll leave that discussion for you and he together. If you let the court know in advance of that next court hearing, though, I would appreciate that. Ms. Rice, is there anything from DHHS's perspective that needs to be accomplished today?
The only thing Mom and I have discussed is her request to move out of state. I believe she wrote a letter to you, Judge, regarding this request. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to review that. Just looking for some direction as to how I can assist Mom in that request.
She would have the right to have contact with the court for purposes of termination of parental rights hearings and dispositional hearings in the future. None of that changes where she's living. So I'll leave that up to her as to where and when she needs to go, as long as she's going to be available. If she's out of state, we may have to have some stipulations as to whether or not she can appear via Zoom or not. I'll leave that for the attorneys to deal with for the most part. So I don't have any legal ability to prevent her at this point from leaving if she wishes and if she believes that's in the best interest of the children. I guess that's up to her and DHHS to talk together about it and what seems to be the best at this point, but there's no impediment from my perspective on that. So I'll just leave it in your hands at this moment.
Understood. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Brown, was there anything else?
Your Honor, I would just inquire of Mr. Vernon, whether he thinks he's going to need a full day or a half day for this.
Go.
Not sure I can answer that at this point, but my guess would be a half day. I think it's going to be a one witness trial.
All right. I'll simply have my staff set a half day. If we need more than that, we can try to find more than that if necessary. Half day in approximately 45 days. And then I'll let Ms. Alger deal with Ms. Rice and Mr. Vernon as to whether or not she leaves the state prior to that time period or not. That's all for today then. Thank you all very much.
Just
ahead,
one
Mr.
more
Brown.
thing, Your Honor, just to remind the court, I did send out notice, but 45 days, I am going to be out of the office during the week of the 19th, 17th to the 24th, actually, in July, if the court could just make note of that as well.
Yep. My crack staff is typing as we speak about that, so I'm sure that she'll take that into account. So thank you very much. That's all for today.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Judge.
Judge.
And the last matter on the court's docket for this afternoon is that of the Hamlin and Ritchie children, file J25-333-NA. If I could have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, please, starting with Mr. Vernon.
I'm Vernon on behalf of the department.
Clear Brown on behalf of Jameson Ritchie.
Donna Hansel on behalf of the minor children.
All right, I do see Ms. Cerveny is with us as well.
Don't see Dad yet.
Yeah.
Mr. Ritchie is currently placed in the Chippewa Correctional Facility, MDOC.
All right.
And a request was sent to them, but I think he got moved after the request.
Looks like we
I think
sent
this is
a
one of the, I think this is one of the reasons we had it adjourned, because when they were in the reception center, we weren't sure where they were going to be transferred to.
And I think all we could do at the time we sent out our notice was send it to the Reception and Guidance Center in Jackson. And I mean, we can wait a minute, see if he does appear, but typically they're here chomping at the bit. And I don't see anybody in the waiting room at the moment for that. So I think maybe we'll give it, this is scheduled for 3:30. I'll give it to 3:45. If they're not here by then, we'll simply reschedule because I don't, unless somebody's got a better idea, I don't think it's really appropriate to go ahead without Dad here.
No, Your Honor, and I definitely would. It is increasingly difficult to get a hold of my clients when they're in the NDOC, especially when they're being moved.
Right. So we want to get him here, give you an opportunity, maybe talk to him in a breakout room ahead of time so that you can have contact with him. So we'll simply set it for another status conference, but let's give them 5 minutes. So the court will just be in recess. We'll reconvene at about 3:45. If nobody's here, we'll simply break off for today and reschedule this matter for another status conference and send notice up to the Kinross Correctional Facility up in the Sioux or up in Chippewa County. All right, court will be in